Here we go, folks. We are live here at EA Summer Showcase, and joining me on set is Sean Ramjagsing, the line producer on NHL 12. Sean, thank you for coming to the set. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
We saw the press conference earlier on NHL 12, obviously one of EA's tentpole sports franchises. Coming out this year, there was some talk, talk about 3 improvements to the gameplay, stuff like that. What do you want to highlight here today in the demo?
Yeah, well, so every year we're trying to make the most authentic gameplay experience possible. So with NHL 12, we have over 300 gameplay refinements, so really focus on little things, but we also have what we're calling our hat trick of innovations. So anticipation AI, where every player thinks for themselves. Our full contact physics engine, where size and strength really matter this year. And then our dynamic goalies, where goalies are live for the first time. Probably one of the most requested features from our community.
And those were demonstrated really well. If you folks get some time later to check out the press conference, they had a pretty well highlighted step-by-step breakdown of those 3 elements. But what we have now here is a live game in progress between Washington and Pittsburgh. And so, Ovechkin taking a shot from far out. Sean, tell us sort of what folks can look at here to really sort of pique their interest.
Yeah, really look at the AI here. So at E3, we talked a lot about, the sizzly part of the full contact physics engine with everything being live and the breaking glass and the nets coming off. And so we want to, really focus more on the details, the substance of our AI this year and all the work that we've put in. So, you'll see here that players like Ovechkin, guys who have high offensive awareness and like to take chances, will start to leak out before their teammates actually get the puck. So in the past, with our games and with our sports games as well, you didn't know you're on offense or on defense until your team had possession of the puck or the other team had possession. So now this year, with the anticipation AI, players will anticipate their player getting the puck, look for a scoring opportunity, and go to where they need to be. And the same thing happens on defense as well. So if you're a guy with a high defensive awareness, you'll anticipate and start to go where the puck is. So it's really changed the way our AI's play to something that we're really, really proud of.
And so, obviously the single-player experience is going to be enhanced by improved AI, but NHL 12 is also a very big multiplayer-focused game, getting the whole roster out there of live players. How do you find that AI works in when it's maybe just 1 or 2 AI players in a sea of human players?
Well, I think the one thing you'll notice the most, and you probably see it here as Justin goes up the ice, is we focus on the neutral zone. So teammates will try to give the puck here better puck support. In NHL 11, a lot of times you'd run into your teammates as you're going through the neutral zone. You run from the blue line. So we're really focused on your teammates giving better puck support through the neutral zone and in the offensive zone as well. So recognizing where the puck is, where the open ice is, and really moving with intent to give the best passing opportunity and to really support the puck.
Excellent. Now, of course, we're just not even a month out of the epic Stanley Cup clash between the Canucks and the Bruins. How was that? Do you guys sort of take sides within the studio and really get into the Cup?
Well, I mean, we're all Vancouver fans. Most of us are Vancouver fans living up in Vancouver, so we enjoyed the run. I can tell you that the entire team was behind it. We're all diehard hockey fans working on the game, which is the reason why we're able to raise the bar every single year, is just through the passion of the development team. So, the Canucks run was something that we all enjoyed. We were all leaving the office early to go home and watch hockey.
No doubt.
It was a lot of fun.
Any little inspirations from watching that particular match? Maybe tweak a player's rating here or there, make Tim Thomas's goalie rating off the charts.
Well, a couple things. So we saw the way that Boston really dominated the physical part of the game. So with our size and strength really mattering this year, Zdeno Chara dominated in front of the net throughout the entire Stanley Cup Finals and allowed Tim Thomas to make those incredible saves. So, our net battles in front of the net where size and strength really matter is something that you're going to see in our game this year. And also, when we talk about the goalies being live and being able to get bumped and be able to get run and being a live part of gameplay, they also need to be able to make incredible saves like Tim Thomas, scrambling saves, desperation type saves. So in NHL 12, you'll see that as well. As a goalie gets bumped a little bit out of position, he'll still be able to scramble and make a save, make an incredible desperation save, a highlight reel save. So seeing that in the playoffs play out right in front of us, which lined up with the things that we're doing for NHL 12, was pretty cool to see.
Especially with the focus on the dynamic goalies. Now, so if I'm playing in a league match, I'm playing with a bunch of other players, is that going to affect my experience like playing as the goalie?
So playing as the goalies will be live. So if you're controlling the goalie, you can still get bumped as well, and you can hack back a little bit too, like we saw in the playoffs. Tim Thomas would have hit. So that applies to user control players as well. When we talk about the EA Sports Hockey League and online team play, that's really part of the inspiration for our net battles in front of the net, so that if you had a big, strong guy as your character that you're controlling, you could really take advantage of that size and strength in front of the net. And if you're a big, strong power forward as well, just making sure that small, quick guys weren't the best way to construct a team.
And a nice little goal. Is that for us or against us there, Justin? Nice work. Good on you. Scoring when the cameras are rolling. Clutch. That's the kind of clutch play we like to see. Now, of course, we are live, folks. So join the chat, send us an email, and you can ask us questions, and we'll relay them to the EA Sports folks right here on set. Now, Sean, are you one of the Canucks fans?
I'm one of the diehard Canucks fans.
Diehard Canuck fan?
I am, yes.
So is that your go-to team when you play, or do you like to sort of experiment with other squads and see how that works out?
Typically my go-to, but I try and play with all the different teams. Especially this year as we focus on the player differentiation, the size and strength, like I mentioned, just to make sure that all the players are playing the way that we expect them to play on the ice. So, typically when we play around the office now, you press the random 5 times, and that's the team that you get, just to make sure that everyone's playing with every team.
The office rules?
Office rules.
Now, you guys play around the office, no doubt, but a lot of people, as we talked about before, play this online. Are there, with NHL 12, are there any changes to the online landscape that, multiplayer aficionados are going to want to take notice of?
So, absolutely. We have lots of great stuff coming up for online and other features as well, but we're not talking about them quite yet, so stay tuned and check back with us. We have lots of great stuff coming up still.
All right, still plenty of time for you guys to leak out those things and reveal them as the release date approaches. So that's Backstrom, or whatever that guy's name was. I thought I caught it real quick. Was that sort of an example of him, transitioning through the neutral zone,
coming through the neutral zone?
Forward?
Yeah, you'll see as Justin goes through the neutral zone, you'll see the players start to spread out as he makes a bad pass under the pressure. You'll see the players
Justin. One goal, that was minutes ago.
Yeah, you'll see the players start to spread out, really get puck support to the puck carrier. You'll also see, if you don't headman the puck to your guy, you'll see him start to straddle the blue line this year and try to drag his leg to stay onside. So a whole lot of time went into just making sure that our offside or onside logic allowed players to act intelligently around the blue line if the puck wasn't past them. So again, just really focusing on all the little details with the AI this year.
Now, of course, one detail that people always focus on, I'm sure, when the question of a hockey video game comes up. Question coming in from Sidburn19, wanting to know about any sort of fighting in the game. I was trying to think of a clever way to put it, but let's just call it what it is. Dudes getting into little scuffles.
Fighting's a part of the sport. It's an authentic part of the sport. There's a reason why fighting happens. Intimidation's part of the sport. So we try and model that, as accurately as possible. So this year, the big addition for us is allowing the goalies to fight. When we started talking about making goalies live early in pre-production this year, allowing you to bump the goalies and have them not be immovable objects, one of the first things that we talked about is we have to have goalie fights in the game. One of the problems that we came up with, though, is that with us trying to be as authentic as possible, is that there hasn't been a goalie fight in the NHL in a long time. And, sure enough, this season there ended up being 2 or 3 goalie fights. So it was authentic.
There you go.
So we had reason to get it back in the game.
Perfect inspiration for your dynamic goalie movement.
Yeah. There was a nice pass, actually, we just saw where the CPU team was stretching the defense, getting blue line with a nice long outlet pass.
Another question coming in through the chat room from Thaw Gamer, wondering if there is a demo planned, a demo in the works.
There's a demo in the works. The official date for the demo to be live is still TBD. So, keep following us on Facebook and Twitter, and we'll get that out there as soon as we lock it down.
So search Facebook for NHL 12. What's your Twitter handle?
My Twitter is Rammer34.
Okay.
But EA Sports NHL is where all the official information comes through.
Perfect. And of course, we are at GameSpot on Twitter, and you can also tweet us questions here live at the EA Summer Showcase as we watch the period expire.
We complete our second period of play in this game. Pittsburgh's goaltending through the first 40.
End of the period or end of the game, Justin? Are you victorious yet? End of the second period. Well, that looks like a good time for us to bring our NHL 12 demo to a close here at the EA Summer Showcase. Sean, tell the folks when it's coming out. When can people play NHL 12?
September 13th, Xbox 360 and PS3. Make sure you check it out.
Great. Thank you so much for coming by here. A pleasure to have you guys on here as always.